Joining us in studio, Mayor Richard Strick. Good morning, Mayor.
Hey, good morning, Monty, and good morning to your listeners out there.
Well, it's a good Thursday morning despite the 30-something temperature. I'm ready for spring. Okay, hey, we're here, and today we're talking about Spark. Is a big thing going on, so let's jump right into it.
Yeah, Spark is our annual summer program in the park system for kids in the community. We had nearly 100 participants around the community last year, and there's been growth every year. Of course, 2020 was a mild disruption to some of the signups and everything, but we were still able to find creative ways to provide that programming to families.
Well, it is a really good program. I mean, my stepson actually worked for them the last summer he was here, and it was absolutely a fantastic experience for him in 2021, just before he went to work in Indianapolis. And he enjoyed all the kids that showed up there and the opportunity. And this year, it's an opportunity they can't possibly pass up because there is a cost involved with it, but it's a very reasonable cost. And let's address that.
Yeah, actually, it's $25 per kid, and so that covers the entire program. And we've got 10 directors working in 3 different parks around town. So if you're near Drover Park or General Slack and Memorial Park, that program's available from June 6th to July 15th, and they're there and entertaining the kids, and there's some educational aspects of it from 9 a.m. to 3:30 in the afternoon. This year's going with a little bit of a detective theme. They've got games and activities, and there's going to be a surprise demonstration from Science Central because, again, we want to make sure that we're introducing kids to just the wonders of the world around them, and science is a great way to open that door for them.
Man, that is absolutely fantastic. Does Hyers Park still participate in that program? I mean, I know the Fair Board's involved with that now, but do they still participate in that at all?
That's not one of our locations this year.
Okay. I just wanted to put that out there just more as a curiosity thing, but plenty of other locations. And I was talking with Kevin. He said that cost also includes the meal.
Yes, that's correct. Thanks to a generous partnership with the County Community School Corporation, lunch is provided at no additional cost with the children.
Oh, wow. So, I mean, and like I said, not $25 per week or per day or anything like that, but for the whole program. And how long does that run again?
And that runs from June 6th to July 15th.
Wow, what an incredible investment, and gives them an opportunity to get out of the house, enjoy, have fun, and learn, obviously. So that's a good part. Is there any way that are they needing people to get involved with the program? Are they looking for some additional volunteers, anything like that?
Well, I know that we've got our 10 director roles filled, so we've got 3 per park, and then there's an overall director that coordinates the program. But I imagine that anytime we can find committed volunteers to help out, that's something that we'd be open to exploring, and they should reach out to Megan in the Parks Department and see whether or not there's ways they can support the program.
How can they get a hold of Megan?
The best way to get a hold of Megan would be through the city website, or again, if you just Google, you can call the Parks Department.
All right, fantastic. And this is a program that's been going on for quite some time. I remember first hearing about it around 2004, and I imagine it's probably been going on before then. How long has this program been in existence?
It predates my time in the community. I know that. And in fact, kind of a fun little tidbit, before I had even started dating my now wife, her first job in the community was working part-time as a Sparks director after graduating from Huntington College.
Hey.
Well, that was the first year at Huntington University. Let me not mess up the branding.
Oh, okay. Well, that's true. Yeah, I remember when it switched over. HU, from HC, so we had to switch one of the letters around. And we had all been used to calling it HC, and then, U, okay, and now we got it. So that's fantastic. So that would have been right around, 2004 or thereabouts, roughly.
Yeah, 2004, 2005.
Fantastic. So Spark program, you definitely want to check that out. Is there a date they have to be signed up by? Can they join partway through the program? What does that look like?
Yeah, we've just opened up registrations, and so they should get right on it so we can make sure that there's room for them.
All right. So, again, through the Huntington website, Google that, or check out the Parks Department, get a hold of Megan. She should have all that information for you. Right?
Absolutely.
So, fantastic. And then another thing that we wanted to chat a little bit about here. Recently, I didn't realize this, but there were some scooters in the community, and now the scooters have been 86th, at least temporarily, and some people getting a little upset about that. Let's maybe dive into that a little bit.
Sure, yeah, let's dive right in. So a little bit of background on it. The scooters are owned and operated by Morell's Scooters, which is a company out of Marion, and Ronald Morell is the owner. And when he reached out to us, his primary mission, and folks can Google and check out his website, but he didn't want smaller cities to be overlooked by these larger trends. And in larger cities, scooters are another alternative means of transportation for folks, and it's a good way for people to get around, both for tourism and entertainment, but also even seriously for folks getting back and forth to the workplace. And so as he's reached out throughout the region, I think that they're operating in Gas City, Warsaw, Wabash, Marion. I'm trying to remember a few of the other communities he's in, but so he approached the city of Huntington, and again, we don't determine what businesses get to come here or not. Well, if you want to come here, the marketplace can determine if it's there. And, I think we've seen from the comments on Facebook and a lot of fun social media posts that a lot of people are enjoying them. And then there's also some concerns from some folks about safety, and they're kind of at a gap in local ordinance. There's not really any regulation that properly applies to them. And so Tuesday night, City Council asked me to reach out to him and see if he would take them up temporarily while we can work things out and come up with a set of ordinances that allows his business to operate here responsibly and allows people to continue enjoying the product.
So the people that are, with the regulations not being in place, aren't most of those regulations, like anything, common sense regulations? I mean, just common safety, and if you do the right thing, or there aren't going to be problems with the scooters. How does that look?
Well, I got a friend who likes to say that common sense is never as common as we would like. And,
True.
We live in that reality, and so there's this balance, right? And so we set some guidelines, but if we don't put some of those regulations on paper, when there is an issue, there's really not a good way to address it. Now, some of the things that folks are concerned about are addressed by existing ordinance, and so if somebody's being reckless, it doesn't matter if it's a scooter, a bike, or a car. We can intervene to make sure that they stop the behavior or move to some place where they're not going to hurt themselves or others.
Okay, so really the need to put it on paper is to cover one's legal tuchus, if you will, and make sure you have it on the books. That way, if some litigious action happens, you have not only the fact that people do the right thing, but there are ordinances that cover that and could cover any lawsuits resulting therein.
It definitely can handle some of give some guidance to litigation if that arises, but more than that, it actually gives some authority and expectation of how things should be governed. So even what sort of policies the business is going to set for how they operate or what customers they work with. So one instance for this might be that, if we're going to allow them in downtown, like many other communities are doing, that maybe we work with the owner where the regulation, these are all GPS monitored, and maybe they reach a certain area in downtown through geolocation and geofencing, and it automatically governs the speed of the scooter down so that you're not going to, if you do collide with a pedestrian, it's not going to cause serious injury.
Okay, and that makes sense. So for the people that are on social media getting upset and saying things like, well, they're trying to kill all our fun and yada, 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 is this really a temporary thing and they're going to come back?
So two things. One, it is temporary. The final outcome is not determined. That's something that will get determined by City Council. But I've reached out to Mr. Morell, and while he's disappointed, he understands, and he's coming in with us. He's going to meet with City Council at our April morning meeting, so at the end of the month here. And then in the meantime, if you're one of the folks who's really upset that these scooters are going away because you're enjoying them, I would encourage you to reach out to City Council members or to the city offices, my office in particular. We'll take down your comments because we want to make sure that Council has the full breadth of understanding of folks in the community. We've heard some folks that are concerned about it for safety reasons, and we recognize safety is a priority. But we also want to make sure that we're balancing that with the folks who really want to see these here. And so take that frustration and go beyond just posting on social media. Reach out to elected officials, to the mayor's office. Let us know the specifics of it. It's okay that you're upset. That's perfectly valid. And the First Amendment is a great thing to express and operate. If we don't use it, we lose it. That's how that works. And so by all means, let us know, because that's going to help us understand that there's a real marketplace for this here in the community.
Now, is there a need for a petition like everyone seems to be crying that on social media, or is it more a need for just express yourself because eventually they are coming back, or what does that look like, at least at this point in time?
I would say both and. So we receive petitions regularly. The key is once you start generating those signatures, you got to make sure that it gets to us. So if you're using like a web platform for petitioning, make sure that petition actually gets delivered to us because we don't automatically get notifications of things like that. In the meantime, if you want to reach out to the clerk's office, the mayor's office, or show up to city council, any member of our community is able to be there. Those are public meetings, and you can sign up to address council about this, or you can collect a petition and submit it to us, and we receive it on record.
All right, I appreciate that. And for those who may be just joining us on the program and maybe not fully understand, it's the scooter thing that's going on downtown. These are things that people, they rent them, or how does the whole thing actually work?
Yeah, so my understanding is you've got to have a credit card, and there's an app that you use on your phone, and you can link your payment method to that, I think. And then you're able to rent it. There's like a base cost, and then I don't know if it's per minute or per 30 minutes or whatever that is. But you're able to ride the scooter then at that point. And, I've seen folks using them. It looks like folks are having a lot of fun with them from posts on social media and that. But ultimately, part of what we're balancing out here is how do we allow folks to move around our community in safe ways, in fun ways, that give them a variety of options and flexibility, and at the same time, don't put them or other people around them in situations where collisions are likely to happen or people are likely to get hurt.
So it's not like anyone's trying to remove the fun or take away something that people enjoy. It's just that we want to make sure they're enjoying it safely and responsibly.
I would say that's where the majority of us are. Now, that's not to say there aren't folks in this community who enjoy ruining other people's day. We're a community just like everyone else, and there's some folks that's their jollies. But the key in local government is we don't let those folks set the pace of things for us. So we want to make sure that we're balancing this live tension of safety and responsibility while enjoying our community.
All right. So and for the folks listening, again, responsible petitions and really present your case, and there's a very good chance that we'll be able to get this thing back up running and people to be able to enjoy it again.
Yes, and absolutely. And also recognize in this that council wants that feedback. I want that feedback as mayor. Because we need to be able to demonstrate and make the case for, hey, there are folks who want to have these and have access to them. There's a great marketplace, and why in the world would we not allow a business to operate here?
All right, fantastic. Well, again, to review, Spark program going on this summer. Make sure you get a hold of Megan. Sign up for that. Only $25 for the whole program. It's a great deal, and that's per person that signs up. And then on the scooter issue, just make sure you make your voices heard, get those petitions in responsibly and diplomatically, and that's going to definitely take it farther than just getting upset and flying off the handle would do. But Mayor, thank you so much for coming, spending a little time with us this morning.
Absolutely, Monty. Great to be with you this morning, and best wishes and safety to everybody on the day. Have a great day.